Okay, so this is a video about hollowing out a section in a drawing. And I'm going to be working down here. Just want to make sure you can kind of see it. I think I might have to angle this down just a little bit. Okay. All right, good. This is my drawing so far, and I'm on kind of starting the third stage now. So I've already started off with kind of a sketch idea, transferred it here. My studio assistant is in the video making room, so he will be participating. Very good. And some areas, and then I sliced, added, subtracted in a lot of areas. Now I'm starting to hollow out, and I did some wedging and things of that nature. And now I'm starting to add some, I call them rooftops, and I'm starting to hollow out some of these forms. And by hollowing out something, I'm going to get into that right now. Before I go any further, I'm going to show you what I mean by hollowing something out. So, if this is my horizon line, this is my vanishing point. Vanishing point for 3-point perspective. Let's do a quick rectangle. He's very animated this morning. Doesn't like the video room. Okay, so there's this. There's this. And then there's. Okay, so we have our. Oops, did I use that vanishing point? I thought that looked a little weird. Helps to use the vanishing point on the paper that you're using. Okay, so there's our cube right here, right? So if I want to hollow this out, so for example, if I wanted to make a negative space through this plane going in that direction, what I'm going to do first is cross my corners. From there, if you look closely, I'm going to, anywhere along these diagonals, I'm just going to select this one. I'm just going to put a dot. Once I select that dot, I'm going to connect that dot to the top vanishing point, and I'll make a line parallel, which means it's parallel, but it goes to the same vanishing point as this line here. Once it intersects this diagonal line I created, I put a dot. I take that dot and I run it down to the other side using the right vanishing point, which is down here. Once it intersects that line, put a dot, take it up to the third vanishing point once again. Put a dot, take it to the, or in theory, if you connect this point and these 3 points should all line up. So that's the hollow out circle, or not circle, but hollowed out form. So I'm just going to erase my diagonal lines that I put in there when I cross my corners. And if you want to take it a step further, all you have to do is connect it to the left vanishing point. You can kind of see the interior hollowed out part. Now, what if we wanted to take out the bottom part? All I would have to do is extend these lines straight down. My God. Extend these lines down. Erase this part. Oops, I didn't have to erase that, but I'm just going to erase it for the second. When these lines intersect this bottom line, you're going to run that to the left vanishing point, which is down here. And you're going to run this to the left vanishing point, which is down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this line here. Erase this line. I don't need it that long. And you can kind of see it almost looks like an upside down U. And I can erase this line here, because that's now the negative space. And I'm going to take this corner and draw a line straight up. And there you go. There's your upside down U. So what's nice about this is I could think of yourself as a demolition construction crew. I could blow out this wall, I could blow out that wall, I could blow out this wall, I could blow out two walls. I could make an L shape, upside down L, upside down U, right side up L. So think of these as letters as well. So that's something really simple in terms of hollowing something out and subtracting even more. And I'm going to apply that here. And you can kind of see it, I did it in a few spots, but it's so small. It's not easy to see unless you really study the drawing. But you can see the drawing is slowly evolving and becoming more and more complicated. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this box here because it is large and easy to do a demonstration with. Crossing my corners, but I can't cross my corner on this guy until I draw the whole thing in past the border. So I can see where the corner is, and then I can connect my corners. The reason why we connect our corners on something like this is because if you run a line all the way through, it's going to be even all the way around. If you just make up how thick this should be and kind of guesstimate how thick this should be, it's going to look a little odd. So right now I'm just going to put a little dot. There's a dot here already. I'm just going to use that dot. And then you think, I need to make a line parallel to this line that goes to the right vanishing point. So I'm going to connect to the right vanishing point. Intersects this diagonal line here, put a dot. And I then have to make a line going this direction, which goes to the third vanishing point. In this case, I need a longer ruler. And then it intersects the dot here. So this goes to my right vanishing point, which is right here. Intersects the dot here. And you can either just connect these two dots, or if you just want to double check your math, if you will, and interconnect all 3 points. They should line up. They might be a bit off, it's not a big deal. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep this hollow for the moment. I don't like using the pink eraser. Sometimes it leaves a stain. There's an accent. And I'm going to show you something that's really important though. In order to make this the interior part of this present, you're going to have to connect a line here. So basically, you're gonna have to draw this thing because you don't know how thick this is, and you just can't really make it up. I mean, you could, but actually, there's another way of doing it. So I'm gonna pull this line down here. And if you look where this ended, which is outside the frame, but at least I can use it. If there's something that's so far outside the frame, you can just attach another piece of paper and continue drawing it just so you can get the information you need. But what I'm going to do next is, see this corner here? I'm going to connect it to the left side. And this is where transparent drawing makes sense here, because I'm trying to get the thickness of this form. How thick is it on the interior space? So I just thought of it. So see this back corner? What I'm going to do here is connect my corners on the back corner really so lightly. This is where perspective can get very complicated. So I have this back corner, I have this back corner. However, I don't know where the back corner of this guy is, so I have to drop this line down before I cross my corners that way. So I have to drop this line down, which goes to the third vanishing point. Drop the line down, because I'm trying to draw the back part of this if it's transparent. And then do you see this corner here? I'm going to take this corner and bring it to the right side. Over here. And all I'm trying to do is find out where those two lines meet, which is right here. And I'm keeping my eye focused on that because there's a lot of dots and I don't want to get confused. And I'm trying to find where that diagonal line is. So I'm just gonna put a little dot here so I know that that's the center of the new, okay? Now, if you see where this line, this diagonal line intersected this other line that I drew, which is right here, that's the thickness of the line. So if you drew this all the way up, around, and down, you would find the interior space of this form. However, you don't have to go that far. All you have to do is connect this to there, which is what I already did, right? And once it intersects this, great. And then I can do the same thing here. See this little point here? I run this to the left vanishing point, and once it intersects this, there you go. So now all I do is I connect this point to the top vanishing point. Okay. And then I connect, actually let me just show this point to the right vanishing point, right over here. Get on there. Yeah, Baxter. And then that is where they meet right here. And you can kind of see the interior space. Now, once I start to erase everything I don't need, it will make a lot more sense. But in order to find where that line was, instead of making it up, I had to figure out the other side of the form. And then I had to find where the lines intersect. So once I erase this, I'm gonna turn the video off because my son is not enjoying life right now. And please rewind the film if need be. I'm just taking all of this out. And then I'm gonna take, because I drew lines through here, so I'm just gonna take it out here because this isn't front. It's all right, almost done. Almost done. So now you can see the this has a hole through it, opens up the composition. I can draw the forms behind it, and I can also carry this line through. Oh boy. All right, and this video is now over. So you can see how this kind of goes through. All right, see you later.